if you truly want a new result in your life, and I hope you do, because we're designed to grow, we're designed to reach for more, not from a place of not feeling good enough, not from a place of saying that what I have isn't good enough. It's from a place of I've got more within me. I know that I've got more to create, more to deliver, more to experience in life. We're here to grow. To get something new, it requires us doing something new. Hello my friends, Nash Mackey here, and welcome to today's Rising Stoic video. You can probably see the light is fading a little bit. It is evening. I made a commitment that each week I'd be uploading one of these videos, and even though I've had a very full-on day working with clients, producing a brand new course, spending time with my family, all the things, I promised I would deliver one of these videos every single week. So before the light faded, I made a commitment. I had my notes ready, and I'm here showing up because we're here to talk about 3 Stoic practices that truly can change your life. And I know this because I've practiced them for almost 10 years. I have practiced these even before I knew they were Stoic practices. I started practicing them because many of the coaches I was being supported by were actually encouraging me to practice these, and I took them on board. I started deep diving on them, and they truly made a profound impact in my own life, literally supporting me transition from work that really wasn't that inspiring to me to work that I absolutely love now, serving people as a coach. So practice number 1 is waking up early. Now, this isn't necessarily a practice that it seems all the Stoics had. However, Marcus Aurelius, who was definitely one of the most well-known Stoics, who actually was the emperor of Rome, he was the most powerful man in the world at the time he lived. He used to have a practice of waking up early. And I want to share this really powerful quote from him. You can see I've got my journal here. I'm going to be reading my notes. So he said, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. What a beautifully powerful and wise quote that is. I heard that when I came across that quote, I thought that just really embodies so much of what I love to encourage people to do. My work is all about supporting people optimize their mentality for greater fulfillment and success in life, whatever that means to an individual. And what he shared in that quote, to focus on breathing, the breath. How powerful is the breath? When you breathe, you reduce stress in your nervous system. The thinking, when you think right, you can actually start acting right, because without going there in the mind first, we can never hope to go there in the body. Then to enjoy, well, we all know what enjoyment feels like versus not enjoying something. When we just actually are going through life and we're not in resistance to whatever's present, how powerful is it when you can actually be going through life or any situation and you can avoid being in resistance to it. That resistance to anything is what causes so much friction and so much unnecessary suffering. And then obviously he said to love. We all know what that means as well, just to be in acceptance and appreciation and enjoyment of the moment. It's such a powerful quote, and while it doesn't actually necessarily refer to waking up early, Marcus Aurelius definitely did have a practice of waking up early, and that was his mentality to start his days with. You'll find that the Stoics were very much so about doing the challenging things and doing the challenging things so life would become easier. It is challenging to wake up early. It is a discipline. However, when you learn this discipline, when you give yourself the opportunity to wake up early, watch how it blesses the rest of your day. Watch how things flow. Watch how things just seem to become far easier. Robin Sharma, a great leadership coach who I've studied with a lot, he calls it the primary win of the day. Waking up early is a huge win, and it really has a snowball effect into the rest of your day. The next practice is one of my favorite. You can see I'm literally holding my journal here, journaling. So the next practice is one of my favorites as well. When you wake up early, you then want to take some time to journal. You can see I'm holding my journal right here. I have filled out dozens and dozens of journals in my life, and I am so grateful for, the teachers who encouraged me to journal over the years. It has been one of the greatest practices to process my thoughts, to actually come from a more grounded, more productive, and less reactive place. Now, here's some of the benefits and some of the reasons why the Stoics journaled. It allows us to clear our mind, to stay focused, to ask and break down great questions. We can do things like write out great quotes we find, write out great bits of wisdom that we hear throughout the day, capture incredible memories. It can allow us to think more clearly. to have greater self-reflection, and overall just to be more mindful. Now, another practice that the Stoics used to do, and I'm going to be doing videos on each of these points, waking up early, journaling, and the next point we're going to talk about, and including this point, but this is one thing you can definitely do in your journal. You can actually journal about the worst case scenario. So the Stoics used to call this negative visualization. They'd actually visualize the worst case scenarios, and they would see themselves going through that. Now, why would you want to do that? In today's personal development world, a lot of people would say, well, you're probably going to attract that if you focus on the negative. It's not about actually believing that that's going to happen. It's saying that that's a potential that could happen if you didn't take the right action. And also, if you visualize that outcome and say, how would I still be okay even if that happened? The Stoics had a very healthy relationship to death. And this is something I've learned over the years, which has been truly game-changing. The worst possible thing that can ever happen is that we die. And then if we're dead, there's nothing we can do about it anyway. So why be in resistance when that's the worst case scenario? So if the worst case scenario is dying, then anything other than that is actually something that's not so bad. So journaling can really allow us to ground and connect with a productive mindset that can actually help us move forward more effectively in life. And the last point I want to share with you is to take brave action. If you think about anything that you desire to achieve, it requires doing something new. In order to do something new, it requires us thinking new thoughts and taking new action. Now, our mind loves what is familiar and it hates what is unfamiliar. And so when you go to take new action or think new thoughts or behave in any sort of a new way, you are more than likely to hit up against some form of resistance. You might have resistance within yourself, or people around you might start to resist the new action you're taking. It requires bravery. It requires courage to do something new. But if you truly want a new result in your life, and I hope you do, because we're designed to grow, we're designed to reach for more, not from a place of not feeling good enough, not from a place of saying that what I have isn't good enough. It's from a place of I've got more within me. I know that I've got more to create, more to deliver, more to experience in life. We're here to grow. To get something new, it requires us doing something new. And when it comes to doing something new, it's very likely that it will require you being brave to overcome the resistance. There are two quotes I want to share with you from Seneca. He says, "To be brave is to be free." And the last quote I want to share with you, again from Seneca, and this ties into the waking up early piece, by the way. "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It's because we do not dare that things are difficult." Seneca. So my friends, these three practices, being brave enough to wake up early, when that alarm goes off, when you feel like huddling under your blankets in the warmth, getting up, owning the day, completely game-changing. You'll find you become more productive. You'll find you've got better energy if you start your day with the right things. Then journaling, actually being deliberate with how you're going to live. I learned from Jim Rohn, a great leadership teacher as well. He shared that our journals are one of the things that we leave behind after we are no longer here. One of the most popular books when it comes to Stoicism is the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius. The Meditations are essentially Marcus Aurelius's journals. He jotted down his thoughts, he jotted down his challenges, he processed what he was going through in a book. And so many people right now are struggling with all of this introspection that they're doing, to the point where they're living in this internal world, never really processing it in a healthy way, never getting it out, never actually looking at it and using extrospection to actually decide the best path forward. And then the last point is, once you break down the path of action forward in your journals, once you decide the best path forward for you, being brave enough to go and take action, to take new action to produce a new result. I promise you, if you start embodying these practices, they will bless your life in big ways. Hey, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you've enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up down the bottom. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Drop me a comment below. And if you think that this might help someone you care about, please share it out with them. You can follow me on social media. My Instagram handle is Coach Nash Mackie. Feel free to reach out, send me a message. I'd love to hear how you are using these practices in your life. Tag me if you're practicing something we spoke about from this video. I would love to celebrate you on your journey. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to sharing next week's video with you.